It's painting time.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's 6:37 a.m. and as the song aptly says, it's painting time. This morning on the Now Morning Show, we're discussing brand new artwork, and joining us on set is no stranger to the Now Morning Show, Nicholas Huggins. Good morning, Nicholas, and welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me again.
It's a pleasure to have you. So what's been going on since the last time we chatted?
A lot has been happening. In February of this year, I opened my own small gallery studio space on Mukarapa Road, and then I've also been creating a lot of work this year, and I'm actually going to be exhibiting a lot of these pieces that I've been working on this year next week Tuesday at the Art Society.
Oh, congratulations
Thank
to
you.
you. It's wonderful to hear that. That must have been an interesting transition. I mean, you're in your own gallery space. What has that been like?
It's been really good, to be honest. It's very smooth sailing. I did my first exhibition in 2023. I did a second in 2024. So once I kind of realized that there was a bit of demand for sort of my artwork, I decided the next best logical step would be to open a brick and mortar space. When I know a lot of places are moving more to online and this type of thing, I thought it'd be very interesting to sort of build a little community around an actual brick and mortar space for my artwork.
100%. I'm sure that the doors have been flooded consistently with people coming in and out. It's interesting that you mentioned that specifically the brick and mortar, because you are also, of course, very well known in the digital space, and you've been doing some challenges online as well. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, so on January 1st this year, I decided I was going to challenge myself to do 100 days of drawing. So I finished the 100 days. And then after 100 days was up, I was like, I can't stop this. So I literally just continued. I think I'm on today's day 343.
Yeah.
So I've created a significant amount of work this year, which of course I've now kind of curated down into this exhibition that's going to be happening at the Art Society. But it's been a lot of fun, and some days more challenging than others, obviously.
That's the thing I can only imagine, because I'm sure, just as a writer may get some writer's block. Is that something similar that happens with an artist as well, or not really?
Yeah, definitely. Some days, you just wake up, you just don't feel to create anything. But what this challenge has kind of taught me is that there is a way through it, and it's just to sit down and kind of focus and just get something done. Some days I might work on an entire painting. Some days I literally just do a 15-minute sketch. But it's all about just getting it done, and then it compounds over time into something that's really great,
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that definitely stands out. I remember in the previous conversation when you were here, you spoke about being consistent and being able to find that motivation even within those moments. And it's something that we now see coming to life with what we have on set. Last time we would have seen digital work that you have. We now have some handiwork, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
what the proper
acrylic
name is.
paintings.
Acrylic paintings.
Yeah.
There we go. On set. But again, a mark to the fact that once you are consistent and of course work on yourself, work on your talent, it's something that is going to come to life. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Walk us a little bit through what we can expect at the exhibit. Maybe a little bit of the storytelling pieces.
Sure, yeah. So in this exhibition, there's going to be about 60 to 65 pieces. I'm still finalizing some of the artwork, so I'm not sure on the final numbers yet. But as you mentioned, this time around is going to be a lot of paintings, whereas last time it was a lot of digital work. This time I'm still going to have some digital pieces, because the nice thing about digital prints is it offers an affordable entryway into collecting art. But this time I kind of wanted to have something for my collectors to maybe get like one-of-one pieces. So that's why I started working on these paintings. And I've painted kind of consistently over the last 10, 15 years. And this year I've really focused on kind of honing that craft through these daily drawings, obviously, but also to create this body of work.
So, have to ask: do you have a preferred medium? Which one do you prefer more than the other? If you do, of course.
It depends on the day. I mean, some days I love just doing like pen and ink. Some days I love watercolor. Some days I love digital. I think digital is kind of what I'm best known for, because that's what I've been doing the most over the last few years. But I really enjoyed creating these paintings, getting your hands dirty in the studio. It was really a lot of fun to work on these.
Well, and they're a lot of fun to look at as well, because one of the first things that sticks out is the fact that you have a vibrant color, something that, of course, you are known for. But seeing it now translated onto canvas with acrylic definitely piques the interest. So let's start with this one that's right next to me here.
Sure.
What is the name of this one?
This one is called The Waiting Game. So it kind of shows a man standing up outside a window. What is he waiting on? Who knows? It could be a parlor. It could be he's waiting for his friend. And he's sort of in this gallery space with I actually saw this floor somewhere, and I knew I wanted to recreate it in a painting, and that's kind of what started this piece. And then I saw a guy standing up on the road in this exact pose, and to me, just such a typical Trinidadian waiting on somebody type of pose. So that was sort of what this piece was, the genesis of this piece, I'd say.
It's definitely a beautiful piece, and we also see in the background there references to things we know and love: coffee, tea, Milo, hot dalpuri, bringing some memories. Now, it's also interesting that what you mentioned is you saw these things and then you opted to paint. Many times we hear people, they take photos consistently and work from that. Is that something that you also do, or you solely work from memory?
Yeah, that is something that I do. It's a mix of memories, photographs. Sometimes I might take about 6 photos and sort of work on one piece from this accumulation of images. Something else in this piece that's interesting is there's a little still life that's on top of this stool. And that still life I set up in my studio at home. So that was done, painted from sight. The chair was done, painted from a photo. The man was from a photo. The floor was from a photo. And then the background with the frosted windows, that was more from memories and that type of thing. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's a mix.
Wonderful, and I'm sure very nostalgic as well.
Definitely.
Let's go on to this next piece that we have here. What is the name of this piece and what inspired it?
This one is called Corner Shop. It's actually literally the parlor that's just down the street from where I live in St. Anne's. And I mean, I drive past it every day, multiple times a day, and it's always kind of interested me how much stuff is inside of this parlor.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of capture that and capture the sort of busyness. You know, there's a clothes basket, a water cooler, all sorts of cleaning agents, brooms, mops. It was just such an accumulation of things in a small space. So that was sort of what I wanted to capture with this piece. Once again, I just worked from a photograph. I drove past one day and quickly snapped a photo and sort of worked on a sketch based on that photo and built out this piece.
And it's very colorful as well. You were able to capture the details so beautifully with the amount of different, specifically cleaning agents, because we can see that. Let's go to this next piece. A little bit darker than some of your other pieces, but definitely evoking some mystery and, of course, quintessential Caribbean beauty.
Yeah. So this piece, this was actually one of the first pieces I painted for the exhibition, specifically for the exhibition. And it's based on, I actually did a sketch. I went to Blanchisse's one day and I did this sketch of this sort of staircase and boardwalk that goes through the bush and sort of disappears into the distance. And when I did the sketch, it was evening time, it had just rained, the sun was kind of clear, starting to come and the rain was clearing up. And I wanted to kind of get that feeling of, it just rained, it's now going from like day to evening, as well as sort of show that mystery of how these steps sort of disappear into the wildlife, you know?
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And the final piece that we have on set, what is this piece?
This piece is called Neighbor Neighbor. I actually named it yesterday. I started this piece maybe 2 years ago, and I actually, before I finished the painting, I turned it into a digital piece. So it was first done as a digital piece, and then for this exhibition, I decided I'll sort of go back to it and rework the painting a little bit. So I finished the painting this year. The original sort of idea for it was sort of based on Miguel Street by V.S. Naipaul, with all these houses, and each house has these different characters that live inside of it. So this was just sort of my snapshot of 2 houses on this street and the many stories that these houses tell, you know?
No, it's interesting as you just mentioned this one being close to 2 years, because that was going to be my next question with these pieces. What would you say is your average time for creating a piece?
It varies. So I have some of my bigger paintings that I've been working on. Sometimes for 3 years, I'll start it, put it down, start it again, put it back down. Some of them are done maybe in one sitting. So for instance, the piece with the staircase, that was done over the course of an evening into a night. But then some pieces go on for months, really. And I kind of pick them back up depending on how I feel and how the inspiration hits me, you know?
Yeah. One of the things we see from your work is that you are greatly inspired by Trinidad and Tobago. Would you say that's your main source of inspiration, or are there other elements that you draw on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is where I live. So most of the things that I interact with on a daily basis are in Trinidad. So a lot of the work that I create is sort of reflection of what I experience in my day-to-day life, you know?
And we are definitely appreciative of it as well because it gives this connection to the canvas. So it's absolutely wonderful. Before we close our conversation, of course, we have to ask where we can find you and anything else you would like to share with Trinidad and Tobago.
Sure, yeah, you could find me on Instagram at Nicholas Huggins Creative. And I hope to see as many people come out to the exhibition as possible. It opens on Tuesday, December 16th and runs until the 20th.
Excellent. Well, congratulations and thank you again. And thank you for loaning us your artwork for the week.
Definitely. I hope you enjoy it.
We will, for sure. Our art on set, thanks to Nicholas Huggins this week. Stay tuned as we continue your Now Morning Show Monday edition.
Okay, so.